Good morning, everybody. It's your boy Raven again, and we're back to our normal. Come to think of it, when I say back to normal, it's like we have a normal reading on Monday, normal one on Thursday, Tuesday's a straight tarot, Wednesday's a rune casting, and then we've got the full scale Friday. And that's where I do a general reading that looks pretty close to what a personal reading looks like. By the way, if you would like a personal reading, it's all in the description down below. Please check that out. And I hope everyone who's been through the storms recently has fared well. If not, I hope you're helping those who haven't. If you're just not in a position to, I understand. In any case, I hope those that have suffered any damage to their property or, their homes or anything like that, I hope that you have a very speedy recovery. And I hope, for the, most importantly, I hope you're okay. We will still be here when you get back. Well, it's a pretty interesting weather yesterday too, but don't want to get into that. We were just getting pieces of whatever was left from the hurricane being broken apart. In any case, let's get down to it. As usual, I overslept. Story of my life. So, I'm thinking about making a couple t-shirts. One would have like a small hand of tarot cards that would read #BigDeckEnergy. And on top of that one, I'm thinking about making one with a small hand of tarot cards that reads, "In my defense, I overslept." I don't know. Tell me what you think. I'd like to just make those t-shirts and sell them off, Okay. Anyway. Who's our guide for the day? We've got a sunstone. Looks like we're looking for true north again. As you can tell, the sun is out today. It certainly is. It's looking like a nice day. As I went into work yesterday, it's actually pretty nice outside, like nice and cool. I don't know what the temp's like right now. I really don't want to know. At least not right now. So, who is our spirit animal for the day? It looks like we got a kitty. A kitty just like Mr. Bub. And today we're claiming our independence. It's kind of funny because I was actually playing with Bub last night and that card actually came to mind. There's been another one that's come to mind too. Anyway, let's just get right down to the tarot. So, let's see what we've got. We have a Knight of Pentacles, Four of Wands, and a Two of Cups. That Soulmate card coming up. So we have Earth, Fire, and Water today. No air. Okay. Well, I know one thing about the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's the one with the measured approach. He doesn't really like to, go reckless into it, you know what I mean? And that's always a beautiful thing. But that he's very controlled and measured. He's going to take action. He is. But he's also dutiful, methodical, and he's cautious. So I think today we're actually being asked to be cautious in some way, to take a more measured approach and not just rush into action. You know, we had that, those last two readings. The one that was Nurture, Don't Smother. We had one continuing off of that. Looks like we've actually learned how to do that. We have to weigh our options and then go in from there. And with that Four of Wands, we do see some stability. We're seeing a first completion of something. And then we got that Two of Cups there. Like I said, that's our soulmate card. That's a partnership. And that is a very intimate connection. So it looks to me like what we've got is an improvement in some kind of a relationship. We're being honest with ourselves. We're coming together. We've got that stability there. We're not smothering someone. We're not approaching our project and having to be all over it. We're trusting some others. That's going to make a lot of difference because we're all about being unique and authentic. And that's why I picked Sacred Rebels today. So we do have Release the Dark Wound, Let Love Live. So a lot of those pains from the past, we're letting go of that. Here you go. New Birth, Guarded Vigilantly. And also a Sacred Fool. I imagine by now we've been hurt. Every one of us has. We've had to endure those hard times. But here's the good news. You have to let go of the death grip of perfectionism and let yourself and ideas live. So here's the question. What inspires you? What feels exciting, joyful, perhaps even rather different? Let it live. And let go of that whole false belief thing that you're into. If you're into anything false, let that go. Just get rid of it. Let me tell you a little bit of a story. And there are countless stories of these vastly successful artists that nearly, shit canned the project that was the making of their career because of the despair fostered by their own dark nature. They doubted and they were uncertain. Let me tell you one such story that I know about. Queen had a fan in the studio with them one day, and they played this one song, and this fan, who was a colossal fan of theirs, said, "This song needs to be on the next album." And they were like, no, that's a filler track at best, it's something we're going to use if we don't have anything else. And he's like, no, really, seriously, check it out. And he played it over and over again. And it was like, you can dance to this, you can rock out to it. Why would you just throw this track away? It doesn't make any sense. And after talking with them at length, finally the band members of Queen kind of saw the fans' point and said, yeah, okay, maybe we'll include it. Then they released it as a single, and it became wildly successful. That song, that track, that single, was called Another One Bites the Dust. And the fan was none other than Michael Jackson. Get it? Okay. So this New Birth, Guarded Vigilantly, let's move on to that card. Like I said, we're into nurturing, but we're not into smothering. we all know that you can't, really tightly snuggle a baby, right? But this one brings a particular guidance about keeping your inner sanctuary pure. This may be your room, a sacred place you visit, or your own body into which you retreat in relaxation or meditation. Sometimes you will find that others have taken up residence in your sanctuary. Perhaps an argument you cannot let go of has another living in your head. I'm going to stop right there. This one's a big one. Even I'm guilty of it at times. You get somebody who just says something and you just cannot let go of it. And for whatever reason. And if you're trying to follow me on social media and I haven't gotten back to you, yeah, I've been taking some time off of social media. I'm kind of barely on it. I'll stop in, I'll check in, but I don't stay on it. Mainly because it's kind of unhealthy. It really is. And the reason for that is you see so many people letting this politician live in their head or this politician live in their head. And it drives them absolutely to tear into each other. And I'll admit, I got into that. I was part of that for a while. Then I came to the realization that it's not healthy. Listen, I don't have to support the current politician in office. I don't. I'm not required to. I'm also not required to support any politician, past, present, or future. The ones I do support, I have reason for doing so. The ones I do not, I have reason for not doing so. But that will never be up to you. Just as you have reason to do the same, that will never be up to me. We can disagree and get along. That is possible. And if it's not possible, I don't know what to tell you. But remember, that's on you, not me. And if I find I can't get along with you, well, that's on me, not you. Okay, finally, Sacred Fool. We've seen the Sacred Fool before. This is us listening to our heart. We really need to be doing that a lot more. So, for this section right here, it is pointing very nice. It's lining up very nicely with the Knight of Pentacles. We're being calm and careful and measured because we've been hurt, but it's important for us to let that go and not let those people live in our heads rent free. That'll give us some stability. Listening to our hearts more will improve those partnerships. And here we go. I think so far, our true north, our independence, is leading us to a partnership. Again, that is something that is possible. Finally, let's get to the runes. We've got Berkano. We've got Laguz again. And we have Isa. Now, Berkano is all about our healing. Laguz is all about kind of letting that flow to us, going back with that flow. If the flow is just going back and forth, that's fine. If the flow is moving one way, that's fine. If it's moving in the opposite direction, that's fine. Just go with it. Also, normally this represents all the blockages to that. But we don't have Thor here to smash that, because that's not what's most important. That's not what this represents today. What this represents is your ability to benefit from a slightly slower pace. You can see it in the river when it's frozen. The river might have been flowing very well, but suddenly you notice that it just stopped. And once it stopped, it looks like it's still moving. It's frozen in place. You've seen ice flows before, and if you haven't, hit up DuckDuckGo, do an image search. It's pretty, it's pretty. It's very pretty. But this could be something for you to also examine. Examine what it is that's keeping those blockages up. It's okay to take careful, measured approaches, but remember, you want to be able to move. Laguz moves. He's kind of just sitting there, isn't he? Here I am with my pretty thing. Kind of afraid to lose it, afraid to take that risk, but you know what? You're going to be okay. So don't be afraid today to take a little bit of a plunge. Just remember, carefully consider what it is you're doing, but just remember what you're doing has to come from the right place. So let me sum this up so we can get out of here, shall we? Okay, so you're being called to take careful, measured approaches today. That's fine. It's time to let a lot of things go. It's time to heal. It's okay to nurture again. For some reason, we got a lot of this nurturing energy here, but really kind of keep things flowing. Keep them moving. Keep them fresh. Keep them alive. Keep listening to your heart. Watch these partnerships gain a little more stability. But take it slow. Don't rush. What does this have to do with claiming your independence? Well, it's very simple. The more independent you are, and you don't have to really present it, you don't have to advertise it, it's just how you are. People will see that. They also want to be independent. You can guide them. But remember, do not force it. Let it flow naturally. Right? This all has to come from a place of love. If it doesn't, if you're doing it from a place of anger or hatred or anything like that, it doesn't matter what group they're in, you're getting nowhere. So I hope this resonated with you. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you all. Keep love alive. Let the darkness go. And as always, shine on.